Well, the McGavigan business has been around for many, many years. It started, in fact, back in 1861 in Glasgow. We became involved in the automotive market back in 1974. We were the first company that developed a back illuminated dial plate. And that became the benchmark for the industry around the world. In fact, at one stage, we produced 1 in 6 vehicles in the world had one of our components on. The relationship with Maven started in 2011, and really what that facilitated was our ability to be able to internationalise and globalise our business. We had strong, what we'd see as pent-up demand, particularly in the Asian markets, and many of our customers who are global players were looking for organisations like McGavigan, as they worked with in Europe, to be able to replicate what we do in Asia. As a standalone business, we couldn't have done it without that injection of capital, that growth capital, and what Maven provided was the financial catalyst to be able to do that, and to be able to set up initially a factory in Suzhou in China. But as the journey's gone on, we've continued to grow and grow, and it's been the real cornerstone of our growth for the business.
I think what attracted us most as an investment opportunity was the management team. When I went to meet David and Steve on site here, it was just clear that they had the experience but also the vision, and been real entrepreneurs that came across to me as well, that they saw an opportunity to take the business globally and internationalise it. It became very clear that this was a trusted business amongst its customer base as well, seen as a problem solver there too as well. So they would typically, I think, secure quite challenging projects to manage with their clients. And that for us was a huge strength, because they built up such a bandwidth within the team of knowledge about how to actually take on complicated programs and almost be like a solutions provider for their customers.
Unlike many funds, which with private equity, the perception of it tends to be money in, money out very quickly. The relationship with Maven is quite the opposite. In fact, we've been working with Maven for over 10 years. I like their thoroughness, but they were thorough around who they're investing in, not what they're investing in. And the subtlety there is that they spent a lot of time to understand what we were about as individuals, and also the team that we had, and also gave us the opportunity to look them in the eye as well, because we didn't want to jump into a relationship which was going to be threatening or that's going to adversely affect what we're trying to do as a business. What we needed was a catalyst, somebody who was going to give us the financial resources, but also be able to step alongside us and help us on that journey.
I think one of the key strengths for us is, as a business, unlike a lot of our competitors, we've kept our regional model. So we have people across the ground right across the UK. So that allows us then, so we're not just flying up once a month for a board meeting. We can be here on site and spend time with our teams, which I think is a real competitive advantage too as well. So it's getting that partnership and collaborative approach there, not meddling day to day, so the team can feel they can make all the normal day-to-day decisions, but working together to deliver that strategy over the longer term there too as well. So really pushing and pulling each other there in terms of how you develop the business and the strategy. Challenge is very important, but I think there's that mutual respect was there from day one, and that's something we try to foster with all our businesses.
What we found with Maven and with Andy, who's been on our board for 10 years, is he's being able to not only just come along with that financial support, but has also played an active part in management decision making, not to the extent where it's operational. It's more about an advisory or sounding board when we're looking at investments or changes or areas of development. What differentiated Maven from other organisations is we saw them investing in the people as us as individuals.
So I think it's about giving people confidence that, look, we will back your ideas, because we want businesses that are going to be here not just for the short term but for the longer term. So that's really important.